profit on social media and how people get return on investment from social media and how that all works. So I spend tons of time talking to companies and brands and talking about how companies make money on social media and how that all works. So there's a few things. There's a lot of different ways people make money on social. Okay, the simplest way is people used to charge per post on IG or per video on YouTube. That was always like the most common practice, and people would sell packages and things like that. But I want to get into a different way people make money on social media and how people market themselves to social media, and it's mostly through affiliate programs. And what people don't realize is a lot of times working through affiliate programs, like me working through Onnit Nutrition and certain other affiliate programs, by dispersing the link out there to you folks and hoping or sitting back and creating a strategy that gets folks to pull money out of their pocket and spend money on products is how the bulk of people now structure how they make money on social media. Now, one of the things that a lot of people struggle with, and you should be hearing me here too, Mark, might have been a little issue with the mic in the beginning, but a lot of people start out with trying to sell ad space, but Instagram and a lot of the other platforms have done a good job squashing that and making that almost impossible by limiting the reach of your posts. So affiliate programs are a great gauge of how people make money on social media and how people make reach work for them on social media. So they'll sign on to an affiliate program, whether it be Amazon, Onnit, First Form, any of these different brands, and that's how they structure how they make money. Now, it starts out at that base level where they're trying to sell posts or they're trying to sell ads, and then it works its way up from there. AC, it's how people make money on social media. So there's a couple of strategies people use. People use strategies like targeting the fitness world, or they create a strategy targeting discount codes for companies like Brownells, or companies like, you've seen a lot of ads probably for Molecule Bed. They'll target popular things that companies are trying to get reach into certain industries. That's one of the more common. Now, me personally, one of the reasons I started the podcast and one of the reasons I started doing this all for myself, I'll get to that. So one of the reasons I started all this for myself is I want you guys to know exactly who you're supporting when you support someone. My biggest struggle in social media has been for a long time is seeing these people come on the scene that you really don't know who you're supporting and you don't know who you're getting behind because you don't have this type of connection with the people. I wanted to form a connection with you guys where you got to know me as a personality and you got to know me as a person and you got to understand what it was that I was trying to bring to the table. So there's a combination of things. The question that was asked was, how do celebrities make $20,000 per post? So I've been a part of some very large scale negotiations to land some big folks to support products. And there's a combination of things that go into that. There is a force multiplier. Most celebrities and most people, and I'll get to affiliate code percentages. I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of it all. Most people will negotiate what's called a retainer. Okay? They'll negotiate a retainer, whether it's for $500 or $1,000 a month. And the reason they negotiate a retainer is this. Their page or their reach offers a certain amount of impressions. And by impressions, the impressions are just how many times people just check something out. So a lot of times what happens is if you click a code, it'll leave a little cookie on your desktop or wherever you clicked the code that for the next 30 days, anything that you purchase on that site, that person will still get credit for it. So a lot of times you're giving credit to someone, even if just the curiosity of clicking the link raised that kind of curiosity click. So a lot of times, like if I was negotiating, or Tony, or certain people out there negotiating, you might negotiate a retainer. You say, well, I'm going to send 100,000 people to your website. If I send this many people to your website, I want to be paid for it just for giving you the impressions. Beyond that, you'd be given a code that would credit you a percentage. And this gets to Cassie's point. Now, how people make 20,000 per post, there's force multipliers that go into that. If you reach 5 million, 10 million people, and your average likes on a post are 200,000, and you can articulate that, and you're getting that many clicks, you're going to justify really quick why you're getting paid that much. There's different going rates in different industries for the amount of impressions that are given. Now, 20,000 per post is relatively high. You would have to be somebody like The Rock, where you really move the needle. So when you talk about guys that move the needle, you look at somebody like Joe Rogan, you look at somebody like The Rock, you look at people like this. Like The Rock can post a pair of shoes, and his shoes will sell out nationwide. That's an incredible amount of reach, okay? Whereas somebody like me will post something and I'd sell maybe 5 shirts or 10 shirts. It's all about building that support system. I wanted to do the podcast and do the YouTube for me, because I wanted you guys to know exactly who you were supporting and know exactly what you were supporting. So I'm actually trying to make a concerted effort to get away from a lot of the supporting of things outside of that. Now, where people are making these really high dollar amounts on posts is a lot of times with something like makeup, something that's like a high dollar, high return. So getting to Cassie's point about percentages, makeup has one of the highest percentages of return on investment, or ROI, per click. And a lot of it comes down to the website. A lot of us will say, hey, look, we can push the traffic to you guys, but we don't control your website. How your website is set up is a lot of times how it's going to dictate, your sales and your clicks and your sales clicks. So I can send people to the worst website in the world. If it's not really conducive to sales, it's not going to do well. So a lot of that has to do with the structure of the website. Now, First Form does a phenomenal job structuring their website and setting their website up for success. And they do a great job making those clicks become sales on their page and the way that they set up their product. So they do a really good job. Onnit Nutrition, one of the reasons I really have enjoyed their product and I enjoy using their product is not only do a great job explaining the science, but it's a really good product. And I've always liked the nutrition field because I felt like you were getting something back that was a good return, whether it was a good pre-workout or a good protein or something in that sense. If you notice, I haven't done a lot of affiliate links and a lot of stuff for the firearms business because the firearms business hasn't really come around to a lot of that affiliate link type stuff. I still do an affiliate link for websites. Some websites, if you go into my bio, you can see one there. So there's a lot of different strategies that people employ. I can promise you this. Nobody makes money off of any one thing. There's no one thing that they're going to do that's going to carry the day in terms of them making this monumental return on investment and this monumental return on whatever it is that they're doing, whether it's YouTube or it's podcasting or anything in between. You have to have a few different things firing, and that's why your following comes so far. When do I think the firearms industry will catch up on affiliates? It's going to be a long time. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I have met with a ton of the marketing directors in the firearms business and a ton of the firearms business executives, and they are in the absolute dark ages with how they market. They are in the dark ages. I can promise you guys this. Firearms companies are absolutely in the dark ages. They don't understand it. They can't wrap their head around it. I know, and I'm not going to name names, companies. I've talked to executives. They don't even know what YouTube is. They don't even know what a podcast is. It's just, they're a far way away from you know, where they need to be. And a lot of people get spokespeople, like Glock got Chuck Norris, you know. Since Gunny, they moved to Chuck, and that was a logical move. It is sad that the firearms business is that far behind, but it is that far behind. You guys have to remember, the podcast I was doing before was light years ahead of where a lot of companies are. And it's just, the problem is a lot of people, it's a combination of things, Navy Vet Patriot. It's a combination of people afraid to come out and speak out, a combination of people afraid to talk openly about it. And I think that the firearms industry is riddled with people that, you know, it's just overrun with people doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it's the definition of insanity. It's going to be really interesting the next 3 or 4 years as we get, you know, into a second and third year of peacetime. And, you know, you have a lot of people in the marketing side struggling right now to get eyeballs on things. You're going to see a lot of turnover in the marketing departments and a lot of turnover in the but I've met with brands, and I'm not going to name names. I can tell you guys, they don't have the faintest clue where to begin. And, you know, it's like a lot of them are looking to sponsor pro shooters, and that's a great way to go. A lot of them are still looking at Instagram like it's this foreign, fictitious island out in the middle of nowhere. A lot of them look at YouTube like it may as well be Chinese. They don't realize how easy it is to start doing a lot of their own in-house marketing. They're outsourcing a lot of the marketing, and I think that's a monumental mistake. I think it's a huge mistake. Thanks, Navy Vet. I'm trying. I think it's a monumental mistake when people outsource their marketing like that. I think you should bring your marketing in-house. I think there's no better spokespeople than the people that work in the building. I think there's no better passion project than the passion project of the people that are in the facility, that are actually putting the guns together and putting the firearms together. You know, I just think it's a mistake. I think outsourcing a lot of that media, it's a bad move. But you just see a lot of companies do it, and they do it over and over and over again. And it's the definition of insanity. Up until 2 years ago, there were people still buying print ads. Most third-party marketing companies that handle the firearms industry are horrible. So many need to bring it in-house that they don't get it. It's going to be a while. It's just going to be a while. I think we're coming out of an era where people hired a lot of third parties. Media hates 2A, but there's a lot of avenues. And it's much better to be strategizing at a table with people in your building than it is to be strategizing outside of the building. And I think a lot of people, now that this has become the most important medium, is having a conversation with you guys. I'd much rather have a conversation with you guys, the customers, and get feedback from you guys. And I just, believe me, I know in this industry, there is so many former firearms models and this and that are trying to be marketing directors, and it's a train wreck. So I hope you guys understand there's a lot of ways to make money on social media. There's a lot of ways people do make money on social media. I wanted to do this as a way to give you guys something that was real, and to give you guys something that I felt I could stand by and say, you're supporting me, what I'm doing, my mission, and I'm trying to spread the word of pro 2A, pro authentic feedback filled with positivity, no negativity, and trying to give it to you straight and give you straight answers to someone who's been behind the curtain, who's been on the inside. So I want you to know exactly who you're supporting and who you're getting behind and why. And That to me was more important than anything. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who do a lot of the hate speech stuff. I don't think the industry needs that. It's not who I am. It's not what I try to be about. You're on the wrong page if you're looking for it. And yes, a lot of big companies do farm out their media, which makes no sense to me. And it never will make sense to me. Control the message, bring it in-house, manage it in-house, bring in the right people to manage the message, and create a message that's tried and true and real. And you'd be very surprised some of the big companies that farm out a lot of their media and farm out a lot of what they do. And it is what it is. Never been a big fan of it. Won't be a big fan of it for a long time. I don't see it. I can see a very small company bringing in consultants that actually know what they're doing to help shape and craft the message. But I just see too many people going full tilt into that. We'll just hire someone to post pictures and we'll leave it at that. And they don't know anything about the business, and they don't travel the business. They don't listen to the stories. They don't talk to the people. They don't have a lot of ties to the industry. But if you want to make money in social media and you want to brand yourself in social media, you have to begin to look at the things that you're doing as steps towards building a brand and building a company. And I've wanted to do this for a really long time. And it means the world to me to have you guys support it, and to have you guys support it by giving comments, sharing videos, getting involved in these giveaways. And I don't always want it to be about the giveaways. I get tremendously flattered when I see all the support and I see everything come forward. So if you want to make money in social media, if you want to get into social media and create a side hustle, I will tell you it's getting crowded quickly. There's a lot of people there. You're going to have to differentiate yourself. You're going to have to create a niche. You're going to have to feed that niche. You have one company that's handling like, hey, there's no way to get to going to give your product what it deserves. There's some truth to that. But a lot of the companies, in defense of a lot of the companies, a lot of the people doing that is the companies don't want to pay necessarily what it takes. And they want to put very little into it. We'll see where it goes. I think it's going to continue to shake out. I think a lot of the so-called IG superstars that'll continue to evolve. And I've told you guys this many, many times, who you hit like and follow to and who you pay attention to is very, very important. And it's going to be very important for a really long time. So pay attention to who you follow, pay attention to who you subscribe to, pay attention to who you like. So with that being said, I do again want to thank all the sponsors: Kenzies Optics, Riton Optics, Taurus USA, Crossbreed Holsters, and of course Canic. Can't thank all those guys enough. We're going to be doing continuous, ongoing giveaways. I'm going to give you my top 3 ways really fast on how to make money in social media. Then I'll turn it over to the IG Live and we'll get to the giveaway. So I wanted to do this really quick. So if you came to this or tuned into this on how to make money on social media, the number one way to do it is to sign up for an affiliate program. Whether it's signing up for an affiliate program with any company out there, a local company, a local brand, you have to first sign up for an affiliate program. 2, start to run your page like a business. And there's a lot of good that comes out of running your page like a business. A lot of people put a lot of family stuff out there, and they think Instagram and social media is a place to put a lot of family stuff. It's really not. You should keep your private life somewhat private. Not to say that stuff doesn't have a place, but I think people get out of control with it and they put some stuff that should be probably private. And I also mean spats or beefs or things that you get into. I never put my beefs or my spats or anything out there. I think you should run your page like a business if you want to get into making money on social media. 3rd and final and best advice I could give, if you want to be treated like a professional, you have to handle it professionally. And by that, I mean you're going to have to probably have some professional photography done. You're going to probably have to have some professional ads done, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take a time investment. This is a very crowded space to get into. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to put time, effort, and energy into it if you want to make money on social media. So there's no reason why any one of you or anybody can't have an affiliate program to participate or to do some of that stuff. So that's how people make money on social media. A lot of the contracts and a lot of the stuff that gets laid out, there are some huge benefits to you, the consumer, if you just want to be a consumer and you want to go through the blogosphere or the webosphere or the social media spaces as just kind of a consumer. There are a lot of good deals that come out there, especially with new affiliate signups. Like right now, anything you order from Onnit, I was giving people a free pair of Gargoyles eyewear. That's a phenomenal deal. There was 2 people that already participated in it and placed 2 orders. If you head over to Onnit right now and you use my link down below or any of the links prior, or head over to my website and purchase, you get the opportunity to get a free pair of Gargoyles. I don't know where you'll get a better deal. If you spend $100 on stuff, you're going to probably get a $150 pair of Gargoyles. I don't know how you beat that deal. I'm not sure. I haven't quite figured it out. But I would have jumped all over that if that was me. That's just my 2 cents. That's probably the best deal going right now. I can't incentivize it more. It really doesn't get much better than that. There was a couple guys that participated in it. They got their Gargoyles in the mail. I thought that was a lights out deal. I don't see how you beat it. The other really cool affiliate program I have, I believe you save 15%, is on Mark Bell's Slingshot. I'm not trying to get rich on those. Like I told you guys, just like my Patreon, a lot of that stuff is just there for you guys. I believe you save 10 to 15% right away on a lot of my affiliate programs. So, there's a lot to take advantage of. I get a lot of clicks on the Onnit stuff. I definitely recommend checking out the Onnit stuff. There's a tremendous amount of money to be made, saved. And also, if I was a betting man and I went and bought 1 bottle of Alpha Brain, and I spent $60 on it and I got a $130 pair of Gargoyles in the mail, I would think that that's a phenomenal deal. But that's just me. I would take advantage of something like that. It's just my 2 cents. So that's how I feel. So take advantage of some of those affiliate programs. There's a lot of great companies that do them. And there's a lot of great discount codes available specifically to social media. So if you're looking to save 10 or 15%, keep your eyes open. A lot of people overlook all this stuff because they think it's just sales driven. It's not just sales driven. What a lot of companies do, and Bravo Concealment's in here, they'll attest to this, is they bake in the additional 10% cost into the product because they want you to use the code. They want you to use the code and take advantage of the discounts that they're giving you. They want you to use the discount, so use the discount when they offer it. Take advantage of it. So if you can save an extra 10% on a holster, or you can save 10-20% on a product, why wouldn't you? Especially when somebody's going to do a highly incentivized deal. I had a box of Gargoyles sunglasses that I just wanted to give away, and I asked them if they were okay with that. So for everything ordered from Onnit, I was giving away a pair of Gargoyles. You can't beat that deal. A couple of guys took advantage of it. It's phenomenal. The Alpha Brain product is awesome, and so is the protein powder. I mean, if I was just kind of someone who casually took protein and I said, geez, I want to try something different, or I want to try something new, why wouldn't you go try something that, was going to be, a good product and give you a good return on your money, and you were also going to get a free pair of sunglasses out of it? Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? It just makes all the sense in the world. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm overreaching, but I just think that that's something that makes all the sense in the world to me. But everybody's different. So one of the products that they have is the protein, and protein bites and protein bars and protein product. I'll just click on any one. So they have a recovery protein here. It's $33 for their recovery protein. Okay. And it delivers in 2 weeks. Order it and get a $130 pair of sunglasses. So, why not take advantage of it? All you got to do is send me a DM. Once I see your order pop up on Onnit, you get to take advantage of it. It's just my 2 cents of that's just one example of a deal people are not taking advantage of that I think are really good deals out there. That I think is the best deal that I've offered. And not a lot of people have taken advantage of it. So if you get the opportunity, go check out Onnit on my website or in the link below. Look at some of the stuff. I mean, even if you went and you bought a t-shirt, I know Joe Rogan makes the t-shirts famous because he wears them, but if you went in there and you bought, you know, Total Strength and Performance, which is one of their products, it's a pre-workout and it's $50. My gargoyles are the best glasses I've ever owned. They're great. They take a beating. But there's a lot of products out there. So take advantage of Onnit. Guys, go check it out after this live, before this live, during this live, whenever. And that's an example of an affiliate program, but that's an example of an affiliate program that you not only save 10 to 15% on every product, but you're also getting a huge kicker. So don't be afraid to look for the kicker. So, again, thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to everybody who tuned in on YouTube. We're going to get to the giveaway. So they're very clean products. They're very phenomenal products. So I'm going to be watching who tunes in and who takes them out. So I'm going to stay live with everybody on Instagram. I'm going to thank everybody on YouTube. I'm going to thank everybody out there in podcast land. I appreciate everybody who took the time on the podcast and on YouTube to tune in. Really, truly, thank you guys. Hopefully I gave you guys some tips and tricks on how to be aware of who's pitching you and also how to make money on social media and how people make money on social media. So I appreciate everybody, and I thank you guys in YouTube land. So